Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, August 10th, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is love is my motivation. And today we have Mercury moving into its shadow period, the shadow period before we go into Mercury retrograde. So what this means is Mercury has reached the degree in Virgo, 14 degrees, where it will retrograde back to when it goes retrograde later this month. So we are now entering the wonk zone, and it's not something to be afraid of. Any retrograde comes along and comes in to help us shift ourselves. And being that this is going to be in Virgo, we're getting an opportunity to shift our thinking about our reality. We're getting an opportunity to go deeper into the level, the understanding of our physical process when it comes to our reality, when it comes to our existence. And so this is going to be, I think, a beautiful retrograde process, but as we are in the shadow, this is the time to begin to really, pay attention to the T's as you cross them, dot your I's, reread contracts, pay extra attention, and if mechanics, technology goes wonky for you, have patience through it, and also recognize usually things go wonky when there's just a little something that needs to be seen. So it's helping you. The universe is always helping you pay attention to this energy. That being said, we actually have some strong Mercury energy going on today. We have the moon in Scorpio connecting to Mercury today at 14 degrees, and then Mercury is going to connect to Pluto later in the day at 15 degrees. So between the moon in Scorpio and Pluto energy, both of these are bringing in the elements of transformation. And it's interesting, I had a conversation with a client earlier today that feeds in so perfectly with that. Our mental energy has been like off the hook. My mental energy has been like off the hook crazy. And one of the things we have to recognize as this mental energy comes online, as the mind has all of these things to say, is that a lot of times the mind is just trying to protect you. It is trying to help you. It's doing its best. And so a lot of times, we'll hear, well, you got to turn off your mind. Don't listen to your mind, those kinds of things. And that's not the point. You've got to work with your mind. You've got to recognize that that mental energy is trying to help you be happy. It's trying to help you be safe. It's trying to help you live a good life. Unfortunately, sometimes it can undermine us because it can tune into those fears. It can tune into the past things that have happened. It can tune into, all the negativity that's around us in the news or, that we hear from our friends. All of that things gets filed in within us for evidence. And so this energy, this transforming energy with the moon in Scorpio and with Pluto connecting into Mercury as it goes into its shadow is giving us an opportunity to, instead of fighting our mind, start working with it. Ultimately, we want everything within us to be in alignment. And if it's not, it's showing you something. So if you're working with that mental energy and it's driving you crazy, this is an opportunity to ask yourself, what's really your motivation? What is it that you really want? And how do you really want to get there? And then how can you work with your mind to get beyond the fears, get beyond the possibilities, good or bad, to start moving in the direction of your motivation? So we have that beautiful energy coming up. That being said, we have the moon in Scorpio connecting to Pluto. So we may get a vision of some of those blocks, some of those fears that are present. That's okay. You can look at that and also recognize that you are safe. And I've had a dear friend who I know is watching this, so shout out to you, who has kept reminding me over the last couple days as my mind has been blah, 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 that I am safe. So thank you. You are safe. Everything is always okay. Everything is okay. Come back into your center. Come back into your balance with that. We have the sun squaring the moon today. So we've got that fear-love thing coming up. But this is happening at 18 degrees. 18 degrees is a 9 that tunes us into Mars. So there's a deeper underlying passion. And if we can tune into that passion and let that rise into the loving part of us, I think we're going to be able to move beyond this fear energy. Get into your desires. Desires are here for a purpose. We are not meant to suppress them. We're not meant to suppress anything. We're not meant to suppress the mind. We're not meant to suppress our desires. We're here to let them work with our consciousness and to help move us onto our soul path. The final aspect that we have of the day is the moon connecting to Jupiter. And that's just this reminder through this process, mental or otherwise, mental, fear-based, love-based, wherever you're at, come into the body and let the body show you how to do it. And that's been the other part of my process of getting, past the mind chatter and letting it calm down and sink all together has been really getting into my body. Dance, yoga, any physical activity has been my best friend. So I encourage that for you. Speaking of minds, we've got these two cards. We've got the burden card. So the burden can be the mind, and it's all of its, scary cat, possibilities, all those things. What is your motivation? Hold that as your vision. We have Mars and Sagittarius. We are taking aim for what we want, but we've got to let go of the burden. We've got to let go of thinking that the universe is against us. It's getting into the energy of remembering that everything truly is a gift. How can you say in any given moment, I love this. This is perfect. Thank you for bringing this into my life. I know it's either here to bring me a gift or give me a lesson that's ultimately a gift. Good things are happening. Really good things are happening for us, but you've got to shift your mindset into believing that. And our animal card for today is motivation. Horse, how perfect is that? Taking action is often the only way we can truly motivate ourselves and others. That's the kin essence. But I love what it says in the bottom little paragraph. When we feel the strong urge to move forward, we realize there is no longer anything fulfilling us where we are standing still for so long. Our desires are meant to move us. They're meant to motivate us. In life, we can see that sometimes we must decide whether to be the workhorse or the show pony and be at peace with the fact that we might be both. Consciousness, it's work. We are reminded to see that putting in the legwork will allow us the abidance to pursue greener pastures at the other end and to stop long enough to show the world what we have learned in our travels. So, use the energy of horse to help you move in this energy and move greater into the expansion of love and let love, passion be your motivation. So that's it for today. Have a beautiful day. I'm actually going to tell you, I'm going to be doing a reading special. I've been thinking about this and I forgot until this moment that I was going to do this. I'm going to be doing readings for the eclipses coming up in September. So if you are one of my monthly users, we're good. We're going to cover that and we should start setting those up. But if not, I'm going to be doing readings and I'll put up a sale. I will actually do it this time because I'm not as overwhelmed. A sale. So I'm going to be doing 20 minutes for $25 to get into the eclipse energies because we can really utilize these to help shift our path and get us on that path of motivation and love. So that's it for today. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.